Vaishali, can you please inform Sonia if she's not sleeping? Hi. Good evening. I'm sorry I'm a little late for this meditation. 12 12 12 12 portal की 12 12 portal की meditation करने की, तो उसके लिए थोड़ी सी लेट हो गई हूँ. We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes for other people to join because since this is last minute, बहुत सारे लोगों को पता नहीं होगा. Okay. So 1-2 मिनट वेट कर लेते हैं, तब तक मैं म्यूजिक लगा देती हूँ. I will share the screen in a minute. सब लोग प्लीज एक चीज का ध्यान रखें, जो जूम पे कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं, कि अपना वीडियो और ऑडियो ऑफ रखना. शुरू करने से पहले हम लोगों ने परसों 2 दिन पहले जो सेशन मैंने किया है मना, जो लोग YouTube पे ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं वो YouTube पे भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. जो हमने सेशन किया था ओम का, उसमें ओम के बारे में काफी कुछ पता चला था. तो आई थिंक वी शुड स्टार्ट द मेडिटेशन विद ओम बिफोर वी गो अहेड. One second. इसके सेंटर में फोकस करना और मैं ओम बोलूंगी, इसके साथ आप चाहें तो ओम बोल सकते हैं. तो keep focusing on the center. ये मदर अर्थ वाली मेडिटेशन है.
आपका स्वागत है. इस ध्यान के लिए हम सबसे पहले प्रकाश और प्रेम का एक सुरक्षा, उपचार और अभिव्यक्ति को धारण करने के लिए एक जाल, ज्यामितीय संरचना का निर्माण करेंगे.
I hope you can hear. Please let me know.
हम सब खुद को सुरक्षित करने के लिए और हमारी जो प्रार्थना है वो जल्द ही पूरी हो और हमें उसका साक्षात्कार हो। इसके लिए हम एक प्रेम और प्रकाश की का जाल बुनेंगे पूरे धरती के ऊपर। सबसे पहले एक आरामदायक स्थिति में बैठें और अपनी आंखें बंद कर लें। अब जब
अगर
मैं
आपको
आपको
आवाज
सांस
ठीक ना आ
लेने के
रही
लिए
हो तो
कहूंगी,
हेडफोन्स लगा लें।
तो उसकी प्रक्रिया पर थोड़ा सा ध्यान दें। गहरी सांस अंदर लें, उसे अपने सहस्रारा चक्र पर रोक कर रखें एक पल के लिए और फिर मुंह से उसे धीरे धीरे छोड़ें। सांस लेना शुरू करें। सांस अंदर, सांस बाहर, सांस अंदर लें, उसे अपने शीर्ष पर केंद्रित करें और धीरे धीरे छोड़ें। जैसे आप हर सांस अंदर लेते हैं, अपने सहस्रारा चक्र यानी सर के ऊपर के प्रकाश को विस्तृत होने दें, बढ़ने दें। सांस छोड़ते समय कल्पना करें कि प्रकाश सिर के ऊपर से तीसरी आंख तक, गले तक, हृदय तक, मूलाधार तक, वहां से आपके घुटनों, टांगों और पैरों के द्वारा होते हुए धरती माँ में प्रवेश कर रहा है। जब आप सांस अंदर लेते हैं, धीरे धीरे और गहरी, तो कल्पना करें कि यही रोशनी जो आपने धरती माँ में प्रवाहित की है, दोबारा आपके पैरों के द्वारा एक तरल पदार्थ की रोशनी के समान आपके पैरों में दोबारा प्रवेश कर रही है। वहां से आपकी टांगों और घुटनों के द्वारा पीछे से होती हुई आपके मूलाधार में प्रवेश करती है और रीढ़ की हड्डी के द्वारा धीरे धीरे होती हुई आपके अनाहता चक्र, विशुद्धि चक्र, तीसरी आंख से लेकर आई एम सॉरी, हिंदी का लिंक मैंने लोगों को दिया था एंड दिस वन वाज सपोज्ड टू बी इन इंग्लिश। गलती से मैंने हिंदी लगा दिया। मैं अभी इंग्लिश लगाती हूँ, प्लीज बेयर विथ मी। आई एम सो सॉरी। मैंने इंग्लिश का लिंक शेयर किया था, राइट? वेरी ओके। आई एम सॉरी। इंग्लिश वाला हिंदी वाला लिंक मैंने उन लोगों को दिया था जो इंग्लिश में नहीं हिंदी में करना चाहते हो, तो और गलती से मैंने हिंदी लगा दिया, तो ओके। बट अच्छा, दिस इज इन हिंदी, वेयर द हेल इज इन इंग्लिश? नॉनसेंस। ओके, आई होप दिस इज इन इंग्लिश नाउ। ये भी हिंदी है। ओके, लॉ ऑफ स्क्वायर्स मेडिटेशन। ओके, फिर यही सही। 12 पोर्टल कलेक्टिव मेडिटेशन। वाओ। ओके, तो लास्ट ईयर शायद मैंने 12 पोर्टल किया होगा। उसी की मेडिटेशन सामने आ गई है, which is for why can't I find prayers for, okay, this one. हिंदी वाला लिंक मैंने ग्रुप में डाला था। straight. If you wish, you can lie down also though. Now, I'd like you to close your eyes and start breathing slowly but deeply. Deep breathing is extremely important. It gives you a sense of fullness in your lungs, presence in your body. It's vital to any type of spiritual practice. So as you breathe, first send all of the air down into your stomach. Push that stomach out. Don't worry, nobody's looking at your belly. And as you fill your lungs from the bottom up, only at the very end, do you want to let your chest open up to that last little bit of air? Keep breathing slowly and deeply. Keep your eyes closed. Now take both of your hands. Put one of them on your forehead, one on the top of your head. Gently rub the top of your head. Gently rub your forehead. What we are doing here is just putting your awareness on parts of your body. We are first going to awaken it, which is your pineal gland, otherwise known as your third eye, and your crown chakra. Just send your intent to these energy centers. And you open them up as much as you can right now. Take a deep breath. Send your awareness to your forehead and at the top of your head. Now you can shift your hands to a comfortable position. I'd like you to imagine a ball of light about 2 feet above your head. This is the divine aspect of yourself. It animates your body. It gives you life. It guides and protects you during the events of your life. Now imagine the light growing brighter, the ball of light growing larger. Breathe deeply. Now see a beam of light come down into the top of your head from this divine light. Imagine this being pure love energy, filling your head, surfing light, activating your crown chakra, activating your pineal gland. Take a deep breath. Send the beam of light down into your throat. See it illuminating your throat and your neck from the inside. Yeah, the sense of fullness from this light as it travels into your heart. And take a deep breath. Breathe deeply. Breathing in that light, let your heart light up. As you continue to breathe deeply, feel that divine light that is your divine presence. Let it now travel down to your solar plexus. Breathe it in as your abdomen lights up with your divine essence. The light travels down to your belly, soothing you as you breathe into your stomach. Breathe deeply. The light now goes down to your gentle area. It generates pleasant, soothing sensations that resonate through your whole body. Take a deep breath, exhaling slowly. Begin to consciously slow down your pace of breathing. Remember to fill your entire lungs from the belly up. Feel the fullness of air and divine light. Now imagine this beam of light expanding into a huge, all-enveloping sphere that covers your entire body. Sending life force energy flowing down your legs through your feet. As the sphere expands, energy moves down your arms and out to your hands. You can place them anywhere on your body that you're feeling discomfort. Place them anywhere on your body where you're feeling discomfort. Don't resist the discomfort. Don't ignore it. Simply breathe deeply. Let that divine energy flow into your body, soothing the pain with love. Now, that sphere that was once your head, on your head, it's now enveloping your entire body and penetrating every cell, filling it with love and telling you that you're home. You are home. Take a deep breath and welcome. Welcome your higher self, the divine aspect of home in your body. Once again, this is the energy of love that gave you boundless energy as a child. It only retracted a little bit, part above your head, because you started to believe that God was outside of you, that you weren't divine, but your divinity was just a breath away, waiting patiently and lovingly for you to fully welcome back to your body once again. Breathe deeply and enjoy the memory, the God aspect within you. From this place of connectedness and joy, simply ask your God, self, fully, your God self, to fully activate your crown chakra and pineal gland as much as it's possible for you at this time. Simply breathe deeply and allow the activation to occur. Continue to breathe. That's wonderful. Breathe deeply. Remain in the present moment. Only this moment exists, and when you become distracted, return your focus back to the present. Always. There's no wrong here. Avoid worrying about doing it right. Now, with you tuned into your higher self, tune into the consciousness of the Milky Way galaxy, the galactic consciousness. Let's call this the galaxy being. Take a deep breath. Simply focus on the galaxy being, and its energy will enter your awareness. After, after a few breaths, staying in that place, feeling the energy of the galaxy, tune into the galactic board, also known as the galactic sun. This galactic core, it's a focal point that our galaxy revolves around. Is a source of a massive amount of transformative love energy that is coming forth to be expressed on our planet at this time. Through each and every person on the planet who chooses to open themselves to it. Continue to breathe deeply, remembering that you're now tuned into the core of our galaxy, to the entire galactic consciousness, into your own divine aspects. Now simply ask for the cosmic flush. This will start a cascade of energy flowing into you from every direction simultaneously. From the crown of your head, down your spine, through your body, all the way into the core of the planet, through your feet. You're literally acting as a channel for galactic energies to flow through your body into the planet and out into the collective consciousness of society. Beings come from the side, from the angle, all angles, from front and back, flowing energy through every meridian in your body, this galactic being, filling you through all your chakras, through your cranial sacral energy channels, through your spine, through your nervous system, through every cell in your body, to every subatomic particle of your being. This energy is very powerful. But your God self, Make sure that you give just the right amount of energy for you at this time or any given time that you engage in this process. So don't worry, you can't overdo it. Just relax. Let the energy flow through you, calming you, soothing you, connecting you to infinite energy. Continue to take a deep breath. Focus on the energy with eyes closed and keep your awareness in the present moment. When your ego starts to analyze and record events, which it will do, simply thank your ego for its contribution and ask it to remain silent. Breathe deeply. Remain in the space of connectedness to galactic energy in your own divine energy for a few moments. If you practice the cosmic flush often, you'll be able to tune into your God self, the galaxy being, the galactic core, or engage in cosmic flush in a few seconds. That way you can engage in it anywhere, anytime, for as long as you want, especially when you're stressed out. For example, when you're in a traffic jam. Simply deep breathe. Tune in galaxy being, the galactic core, and engage the cosmic flush machine. Deep breathe, few moments of the cosmic flush, and a lot of that stress will simply wash away. All it was in the first place is your ego mind resisting the way things are at this moment. We're going to address the ego quite a bit more in the next few steps. Let's move on to the stage of energy refund, clearing your energy field of external, harmful, and unloving projections. Ask your God self and the galaxy being to send any harmful, unloving projections that are in your energy field back to the God self of the sender. Now ask your God self to bring back all of your own harmful, unloving projections you've sent out so that you can address them in time as your God mind sees fit. Don't worry, it's not going to all hit you like a ton of bricks, but you will be reclaiming power that you sent out in the form of judgments, unloving thoughts of others, and resistance to the way people of the world are. You're simply reclaiming that energy. As this process unfolds, you may or may not feel sensations in your body, any pain. Don't resist it. Instead, put your awareness on it. Stay focused on the present moment. Don't analyze it. Don't go into your ego. Don't start worrying about who's sending you harmful and unloving projections. Just let it go. Breathe. Let God deliver this energy back to the God self of the entity or entities. When you allow your ego to step in, it will begin judging the energy resisting it. Simply stay focused in the present moment. Allow your God self to just send this energy back to the God self of the sender or senders. What's yours, it's yours. What's mine is mine. Very simple. It's important to stay just in a neutral state of mind. Do not allow yourself to go into judgment, anger, resentment, victimization, or any loving emotion that will slow down or even stop its entire process. If you're feeling right about now, or at any point, if there is energy stuck, so to speak, in your energy field, ask the galaxy being to deliver a transmutational hologram to free up any stuck energies so that your God self can give that energy back to the God self of the sender. The galaxy being an extremely efficient hologram delivery system so that it can do the work so that you don't get blocked out in details. Remember to stay present in the present moment. Don't analyze. The reason we are asking our God self to return um, is unloving holograms and projections back to the God self of the sender is that if you try to send this energy back to the person from your ego level, you're simply going to perpetuate a battle of ego wills. And that's just going to escalate and eventually end up to where you and the other person are psychically attacking each other. Obviously, that's counterproductive to our goals of clearing out our energy field. So when you allow your God self to send the energies back to the God self of the sender, the transaction, so to speak, takes place at a level beyond our ego duality of the outside, of drama and struggle and all of the other imagination of people. The reason you want to bring back your own projections is very simple. Everybody has a vast amount of energy tied up in judging others, condemning events, resisting the way things are at this moment. When you ask your God self to bring this energy back, you're tapping into metaphorical gold mine of your own energy. Now, you will need to clean those judgments up, so to speak. You'll need to take your power back from them. So you're not going to get a gigantic lightning bolt of energy, but again, cosmic flash, pretty close, from a cosmic perspective, a bolt of energy to your being. We've already got that out of the way. Don't worry about how that's going to process and come back. We are going to get to that. As you disengage your own unloving projections from others and disentangle yourself from the harmful projections from the external environment around you, you put yourself in a state of inner peace and clarity. And this state is where we want to be in as we clear our energy field of unresolved issues from this life and from other lives as well. Before we go into that process, there's a small matter: minimizing the ego's involvement in all of this self-clearing energy work. And also, minimizing its involvement in your life in general. Now, that's what we're going to address next. Take a deep breath. You had your God self refund back any and all harmful, unloving projections back to the God self of the sender. And you reclaimed your rule of loving protections as well. But of course, as you engage those processes, your ego mind is stepping in, trying to analyze, trying to discredit what you're doing, saying, oh, it's not make-believe, that's your ego. That's what it's been doing for both of your life and for most of everybody's lives on this planet throughout human history. So don't feel bad that your ego is distracting you. We are going to diminish it so that you're not feeling like you're fighting or struggling against this ego part of yourself, rather putting it into perspective so that it can be a helpful assistant as it goes through the process of clearing out all your limitations. We are not struggling against it. We are not fighting against the ego, rather simply taming the ego so that it can be your servant instead of your master. The real problem is the ego is presented in our lives. That's the original role, was to serve as a GPS navigation, kind of like what's in cars. Tell you how to get from point A to point B, how to remember where landmarks are, that kind of thing. And that ideal balance of an ego mind in your overall consciousness should be doing about 10% of the thinking, helping you navigate the world without bumping into objects, reminding you of birthdays, reminding you of important upcoming events, helping you to communicate ideas effectively. So it can be very beneficial, but where it becomes a detriment is that imagine your GPS in your nice new shining car. One day it started talking to you, started telling you nice things about yourself, and you loved it, and you said, tell me more. Over time, it decided to talk all the time. And it started bringing up painful memories from the past and worry and anxiety about the future, telling you that you need to engage in image management so that other people will like and respect you, and basically do everything that it can to distract you from the present moment. Because in this moment, right here, right now, the ego has no hold of you. It can only control you through thoughts. But to the future, dredging up to old memories or worrying about what may come at this moment right now is a power now. Ego has no hold on you. Your past has no hold on your consciousness until the ego chimes in and says, oh, yes, it does, because this happened to you as a child, and this happened to you as a teenager, and these people did these things to you, and therefore this is who you are. That's not the reality. Nothing that's happened to you in your life is who you are. It's simply the story that you've chosen to identify with. So I'd like you to just keep in mind the metaphor of the ego as your GPS or your office assistant. That's it. Something helpful, a small helpful part of your mind. Keep remembering that's what it should be. Small, healthy and balanced. Now that we've talked about the ego, let's go to the process of minimizing it. Feel the flow of the cosmic flush energy moving through your body, head to toe. Now probably in that space, your ego engaged to that thought. Maybe something from your past, maybe a judgment about somebody else, maybe judgment about yourself or about me or this process. Stop your ego worrying around all your future. All kinds of things that go you go to have popped up to distract you. Now you know that's your ego watching. As soon as you realize your ego has taken over your thought process, simply ask it to shut up and sit down. Thank your ego. Tell it, thank you, ego, for showing me this issue. Now please have a seat and be quiet. Then return your awareness to the present moment and the energy of the cosmic flush. Go ahead and do that now. We'll wait. Wait for it to go. A good helpful visualization to minimize ego is just like you're minimizing a program on your computer or your phone. So whenever you minimize it, say, thank you for showing me this issue. Now have a seat and be quiet. And then you minimize it. Boom, pops down. Turn yourself to the present moment, and that's it as far as the minimizing goes. Very simple. Deceptively simple technique that your ego will say can't possibly work. Oh, but it does. It works very well and it ties in very specifically to the next process we'll be engaging in, which is reclaiming your energy from your own limitations. To start the next process of reclaiming energy as we put into our own limitations, focus on the God self and the energy of the galactic core flowing through you. We need to talk briefly about energy and thought forms. On the energetic level, a thought is just as real as the physical object is in the third dimensional reality. So if you repeat a limiting thought or limiting belief in your mind enough times, it becomes a part of your reality, of your original field, of your own energy field. Most people simply live their lives in a state of consciousness, reacting to situations. They simply create all sorts of unconscious thought forms that they repeat in their minds over and over again, continually reinforce their notion of reality. Fortunately, all that energy that was put into all these thought forms can be reclaimed relatively easily. So focus on the cosmic flesh. Focus on the present moment. What you're going to do is simply wait for your ego to start down the line of thinking. But because pretty much every thought that's happening inside the ego mind has been repeated so many times, you know where that line of thought is going to go before you end up going all the way there and repeating the whole scenario in your life. So as soon as you know where that thought's going to go, do the ego minimizing. The minute recognizing your ego's input, but keep the awareness of the attitude or emotion that those thoughts were typed. So go over there. Focus on the down moment. Simply relax. Don't try to do anything. If you want to try to do something, simply keep your awareness in the present moment, feeling the energy flowing through you. Let's use something that most people can relate to. We are going to use an example of getting passed over for a promotion or maybe passed over for an award saved from your school, that type of thing. Or maybe someone you love and someone else got left out, somebody else got something that you deserve. Everybody can relate to these things. Here's the thing. It's only a strong emotion because it happened to you. Then you judge that situation as being bad, as being something that you wish would not have happened, and you decided that you would have been happier had it gone your way. And then as you repeat that limitation over and over again, all of the emotions that were tied into it, the anger, the resentment, the jealousy over the other person, got what you wanted. All of those emotions kick in and release a cascade of chemicals, peptides into your body, giving a physical response. And these triggered emotions, after they are flowing through your body, reinforces your ego's thoughts as faulty as it is. That those emotions that you're experiencing as a result of remembering that experience are absolute truth and that they will never change. But however, that is not the case. That's simply a limiting thought. It has a large or maybe small amount of your energy bound up into it. But here's how we address that. You turn yourself to the state of present moment awareness. Breathe deeply. Feel the cosmic flush flowing through your entire being and ask your God self to bring forth the energy that you have tied up in the anger, the resentment, and the jealousy, all based around this event. Also ask your God self to bring forth the resistance to the anger, resentment, and jealousy. That is important. Resistance. Because when we resist something, we're actually putting a large amount of our energy into wishing that it weren't so, or pretending that it's not really a part of us, or that it wasn't really a big deal. Well, obviously, we made it into a big deal, so pretending that it's not is just going to take up more energy. So we are asking your God self to bring forth all the emotions tied up with this event and your resistance to them that you can address at this time. That's very important. You only want to address what you can address at this time, no matter how effective this technique is. You're not going to be able to just strip out all of the anger, reason, jealousy from your psyche right this minute. This is a process. It unfolds like a flower folding throughout your entire being. You can't force a flower to bloom, but you can't give it fertilizer so that it grows big and strong. That's what we're doing. Fertilizing your mind, so to speak. Okay, so you've asked your God self all of the energy that you can absolve with this issue right now. We've got some going to present you with a picture of the energy of these unresolved issues. Now, it doesn't really matter how you perceive this picture. If you feel it in your body, a lot of people will feel it somewhere at their lower three chakras or a pain in the head or neck. Some people will sense or see shapes and colors with their eyes are closed. Some people just know that that issue is real and that it's ready to be addressed. So don't worry about the details and how you perceive it. Just know that it's there. You've called it. You're going to address it. So now return your focus to the present moment. Engage your God self and communicate to your God. It is my desire to reclaim all available energy that I have put into these attitudes. I take responsibility for creating these issues and putting my energy into them. I now realize that I wanted the struggle in my life. These attitudes have created these struggles. I'm ready to forgive myself for creating struggle via these attitudes. My dear God self, let's take back all of this energy now. Return your focus to the present moment and breathe deeply. Feel that flow of energy returning to you. If you feel discomfort in your body, don't judge it or try to get rid of it or ignore it. Just move your awareness to it. And your awareness will direct the flow of cosmic energy to that discomfort. And it will usually transmute on its own. And by transmuting, it's changing from a state of bound up, contracted energy into unlimited energy. Stay in the now. Focus on reclaiming that energy, and if anything feels stuck, ask the galaxy being to deliver transmutational holograms to free up any energy that is bound to the stopped form since you are addressing. Transmutation of holograms is like a beautiful shimmering orb containing all of the information, all of the wisdom of the galaxy being, of the God of your being. And in that light is that love, in that wisdom. Any stuck energies, any bound up energies come into contact with it. They simply transmute from their state of contraction into state of unlimited potential. That is what we're doing. Freeing up the energy that you have contracted and bound up in emotions, so that they can be unlimited once again. You'll have access to that unlimited energy within your mind, within your body, and it will flow forward, enhancing your life, bringing new creativity, joy, new love, sense of peace with the moment. Instead of a sense of struggling against the moment to make something happen or to cover up a pain in the past, which we're digging out all of these painful memories from the past, we're going to reclaim our energy. All that energy, all that pain, all that resistance to the pain will be transmuted back into a state of pure, unlimited energy. It will flow through you in remarkable, uplifting, transformative ways. Now, people that are particularly sensitive to non-physical energy, non-manifested energy, you may sense some non-physical entities that have associated with you via the energy of the attitudes that we are addressing you. But that means you've created a harmonic frequency. Imagine you are blowing out a harmonica. That funny little sound makes when you don't know how to play it. Well, that frequency is literally broadcasting out from your consciousness in all directions. So just like the birds of a feather flock together in the physical world, the same is true of the non-physical world. So these entities have an affinity to that frequency that you're putting out with your own thoughts. Back to the example of jealousy, anger, resentment that we talked about earlier. Somebody else getting that job, that promotion, award, boyfriend, girlfriend that you wanted instead, another entity will sense that frequency coming off of you. And they'll come and they'll hang out with you, having a little conversation, telling you, yeah, that's right, that person didn't deserve it. You deserve it. Absolutely. They are helping your ego identity become stronger and stronger. So that it repeats the memory and the emotions attached to it, and that emotional energy that you keep giving off is picked up on by another entity. A cyclical process, and it continues to hang out because it likes the button that you're putting off. So it's very important to remember that these entities are there because of your own attitude. They're not harming you. They're not stealing your life force. They're not your enemies. They are natural results of your state of consciousness. So that for the role that they played in your evolution, you can send them a thought such as, thank you. Thank you for participating in my creation, but now I've taken my energy back from these limitations. So you are free to go away on your own journey now. You can ask the galaxy being to give them a transmutation of hologram if they choose to experience one. Then do not try to force a transmutational hologram onto them. They are simply an entity with their own free will, just like you and me. This entity, if you try to force a hologram onto it or resist, and now you've got a power struggle happening on a non-physical level, simply thank it for its role. Let it know that it can have a transmutational hologram delivered to it from the galaxy, being if it's so to choose. 9 times out of 10, it'll choose to accept it, and the frequency will be raised, and they'll no longer feel an affinity towards you or anybody with that particular cluster of issues. Even if they don't accept the transmutation of hologram, the entity will eventually leave because it's not receiving the frequency from your consciousness field that it has grown accustomed to. So don't worry, don't struggle. Just simply stay in the moment with the energy of the cosmic flush flow through. Reclaim your power, all those emotions and your resistance to those emotions back. As much of it as you can right now. During this entire process, it's very important that you stay neutral, or even better, you remain in a state of love. Because now, if you're angry, let's say one of yourself for having these emotions, you're going to stop the process or slow it down. If you're angry at a non-physical entity for associating with you because you've had these emotions again, you're going to interfere with the process. And you can move into your heart and appreciate it, that these experiences, emotions you put on them, have actually been a part of your overall awakening, your grand process, or that you're going through experience and evolution on this plane. You're much more situated in your consciousness. Take that power back. It's the resistance, the judgment, the anger, the victimization of these experiences that we perceive that hold us back and keep us from taking back the power to self. So instead of judging, you should rejoice. Be happy that you're engaging in this process of liberating your consciousness from your own self-affected limitations, self-treated limitations. Love all of your limitations, because that will move you into a space to reclaim emotional energy that you put onto them. Tied up, you can love yourself enough to forgive yourself and forgive others for those painful experiences. That's going to be that fertile soil that will allow your consciousness to flower into an amazing thousand-petal lotus. Take a deep breath. We're now going to talk a little bit about peeling the layers and being patient with the process of cleaning up your own limiting attitudes and reclaiming the power from them. Although I won't be going too much into techniques on this recording, it's still a good idea that you listen to this. After listening to the previous recordings on the cosmic flush energy rebirth, ego minimizer, and reclaiming energy. So this process of self-clearing with the goal of ascension, it's not something that you can rush into. You can't just go in and peel away your entire ego in a day or in a month or a year. Repeated all of these emotions and thoughts and memories and patterns and judgments over and over again in our minds so many times put so much of our mental energy into them that they are going to take time to be removed. Fortunately, the techniques on this site in this meditation do help to make this process fairly efficient. And So, what does it really mean to peel the layers? Well, my definition of this is that even though you've addressed an issue today, you can do it as completely as possible, can you? You're only addressing as much as you can deal with at this time. So, over the next few weeks, other issues will come up in your psyche and you'll peel away layers and reclaim power from those issues at this time. Now, let's say a month has gone by and suddenly another layer, another aspect of an issue that you addressed a few weeks ago shows itself, pops back into your consciousness. Boop. The thought process or a judgment or a person or an event comes into your life. It triggers all the same stuff again, and you think to yourself, oh, I didn't make any progress. I just worked on that, I just worked on this. Here I am in the same situation again. What's really going on is that you moved to a deeper layer of that issue, and that is progress. So you should acknowledge the progress that you made because it's an easy trap for the mind to fall into thinking, oh gee, I didn't do it right the first time. I failed. I'm going to be stuck in these patterns forever. Blah, blah, blah. And here you go. When you sense that occurring, thank you, your ego, for its input. And ask it to sit down quietly in a corner. And if you want to hold the awareness of the attitude that is popped up and work on that it's popped up and work on them right here in that moment. Although you may be a little more distracted by the question of issues that surface that your ego is telling you that you haven't owned because in reality you haven't fully owned them. But that's okay to feel away feelings. So you just want to acknowledge that you're encountering a deeper level of that issue. Be thankful that it's shown itself to you again and clear enough way that you can address that deeper layer right now. And then after you've gone through the process of reclaiming your energy, taking back as much as you can at that time, just remind yourself that you will be mindful of this pattern. I will be mindful of this pattern in my consciousness, and the next time it shows up, I will reclaim my energy that has gone into keeping it in place in my psyche. Doesn't matter what you say, right? Just the intent that you're going to be mindful of what's happening in your consciousness, and when at a deeper level of a pattern or issue of emergency, you'll address that deeper level at this time. Now, during this whole process of reclaiming energy from self-created attitudes and limitations, our ego is very clever. It's going to try to reassert its hold over your mind and to maintain its identity. The ego forms its identity through what's your story, from your history, all of your past events, all of the emotions of those past events, over your mind. It wants to do its 95% of the thinking, but it should only be doing 10. So diminishing it down to a 10% is a process you simply have to work through. Ego plays up, will take the form of many, many different ways. Depends on the person, depends on your own unique history. Just watch out for irrational, emotional outbursts around. Even irrational emotions on the inside that don't ever come out. Watch out for judging others or judging yourself or judging the current events of your life out. For lack-based thoughts, dwelling on painful emotions of past. Also be mindful of excessive worrying about the future or any worrying about the future. Your ego loves to analyze every angle, every intrigue, every political undercurrent that's happening in your life. That is your ego. Just minimize it when it occurs. Take back your power. You need that power that's in those issues. That's a good thing up to you. That's the key. One of the keys to this process, instead of coming into that torrent of thoughts that the ego can produce, is simply soon as you recognize that your ego is doing the thinking in your mind, think it, minimize it, and then engage the process of reclaiming your energy from whatever issue that is brought up to you at this moment, at that moment. It's extremely simple and it sounds almost too simple. But if you engage this process often enough, then you will truly unravel the structure of your ego. And as the ego is fighting for its own importance, it's going to show you the exact issues that you still have not unresolved in your psyche. Now, once you've properly diminished the ego, you've got it back to where it's only doing 10% of the thinking in your mind, simply acting as your GPS or office assistant. The light of the one infinite creator shines clear. Amazing creativity, abundance, joy, love will emanate from you naturally. You'll tap into aspects of your mind never even existed. You never even knew existed because they were overshadowed by your ego. And as this process unfolds, every time you get a little brighter and your frequency gets a little higher, you're literally broadcasting a higher, more loving frequency to the entire field of consciousness on this planet. And as more and more people engage whatever process of self-clearing that works for them, is more and more people get cleaner within themselves, within their minds, and their hearts, and more loving, that love infects those around and eventually can transform our entire society and bring about healing for Mother Earth too. Carrying you and Mother Earth safely and lovingly into the fourth and the fifth dimension. That is an essential process. Thank you. You can now open your eyes. The more you do this meditation, even if you're listening to the words while you're working at something, your subconscious mind registers it. And when you want to peel away layers and take your energy back, it will barely take you a few minutes every time your ego brings up that issue. Good night. Good night.
Thank you everyone for joining.